Hi, art fan friends. This week is a really fun bag. There's a whole different range of materials in it, and the theme of this week is Imagine. So we're thinking about new ways to think outside the box and create new creatures and new ideas, and to bring them to life with the materials that we have.
All right, what's in our art bag this week? Doop, doop, doop. Okay, just like always, we have our project list. There's a whole bunch of ideas of things you can do with these materials, but you can always use them for anything you want. And we have a drawing on the back from Brooklyn that we would love you guys to color in if you have the time. All right, so this week we have Model Magic, acrylic paint, popsicle sticks, toothpicks, a paintbrush, and this box. Okay, so what we're gonna wanna do, we'll start with the Model Magic. You can open this up by pulling really hard right here, taking your clay out. I like Model Magic because it feels kind of like a marshmallow. Model Magic is air dry clay. So if you leave this out overnight, it'll harden, which is great if you're done with your project, but if you're not done with your project, you're gonna wanna get a plastic bag to keep it in if you wanna keep using it, okay? So you just wanna take some time, squeeze it, see how it feels, how it moves, and then think about some things. One of our project ideas this week, where I'm gonna use all of these materials, is to create an imaginary creature, and then we're gonna make a little home for it out of this box. So you can pinch like this to start making some body parts. And I am gonna wanna add some wings to mine. Doot, doot, doot. And it's super soft right now, so it's not gonna stand up very well. But I'm gonna make mine like it's sitting. Kind of looks like a little duck. And then these popsicle sticks and toothpicks are things that you can add for details. So I can use them to give it little eyes, but I can also use them as legs and maybe a beak. So I'm gonna turn mine into a sort of like little duck creature. And then what I would do when I was done with this is leave it overnight. So when it's hard, you can use your paint to paint it and add details. But I'm not gonna paint mine today because it's not dry yet. Okay, so we're just gonna set this aside. And what we can do while we're waiting for this to dry is get started on my little duck's little house. Okay, so I'll make sure it kind of fits in here a little bit. So I'm gonna take my paper bag, fold it back up, and I'm gonna do my painting on top of this. So to open these up, you wanna use 2 fingers, use your thumb right here, and your other finger right here, and you wanna hold it down super hard on the table. Don't do it way up here or the paint's gonna fall out. It's gonna make a mess. So I'm gonna open up these 3 colors, and I'm just gonna use these for the start, okay? So what you need when you start painting is a cup of water and a paper towel to rinse your brush. So you wanna rinse your brush. I like to rinse it first and get it a little bit wet, and then I'm gonna go in and start adding some details to my box, okay? So you can paint inside and out. It shows up really nice and bright on this brown, which I love. And I'm gonna give my duck a really bright, sunny, colorful place to live. And see how when I go in the middle, it starts blending? I'm rinsing my brush off in between my colors so that it doesn't get too mixed up in here. It'll get really muddy, okay? So you can paint on all parts. We can also paint on the outside. I could give my duck a little window. Put a little window over here. Okay. And then when I'm all done with my painting, I might add some extra detail. So there are some projects in here that use these popsicle sticks. You can either use your popsicle sticks as something to add on. So I could make my duck like playing a musical instrument, or I could make a little friend. So you can also use your paint. I'll pick a different color for this to paint your popsicle sticks. So I might go like this. Give my duck something fun to play with, okay? I'm gonna give my duck a little unicorn horn too to just make it extra special. Okay, so when you're all done with your painting, make sure to clean your brush off. If you let it dry with paint on it, it won't work anymore. Super important. And then you wanna remember to close these. If we leave them open, they can make a huge mess and they'll dry out. So press down really hard on the table. Hear that little snap? And that means they're closed, okay? So I'm super excited. In a couple days, I'm gonna add some extra touches to my duck with paint.